Hi students, welcome back to our session. Today's session we are going to discuss statistics. In this chapter we are going to discuss today's topic, types of frequency distribution. Types of frequency distribution. In generally there are two types of frequency distribution. One, it is inclusive distribution, and the second one is exclusive distribution. Okay, now we are going to discuss what is meant by inclusive distribution and what is meant by exclusive distribution. In an inclusive distribution, the class interval 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40. So this is the class interval 1 to 10. So this we used to call it as class interval. In this, the first one, it is going to be stands for lower limit. Lower limit is 1, and up inclusive form, it is nothing but the upper limit of the class interval. Here the upper limit, it is 10, does not coincide with the lower limit of the next class interval. So it is going to be ends with a 10 the class interval, and the second interval, it is going to be starts from 11. In case if we have a number 10.5, we doesn't know that where we need to include, either in the first interval or in the second interval. Listen carefully. In the first class interval, you have to take till 10. So this is the last and final limit. In the next class interval, it is going to be starts from 11. It is not with a 10. When it is going to be starts with 11, now this 10.5, it is not included in the first limit, and as well as it is not included in the second limit also. So this we can say it is a discontinuous frequency. Discontinuous frequency, it is nothing but a variable which is incapable of taking all possible numerical values in the discrete variable. This is a discrete variable. Now we cannot take all the possibilities of the numerical values. Here I cannot take the 10.5 either in the first interval or in the second interval. Both also it is not possible to take. So this form we used to call it as inclusive form. Next we are going to discuss exclusive distribution. Exclusive distribution it is nothing but the upper limit of one class interval coincide with the lower limit of the next class interval. For example, you can take the class interval now. The class interval, it is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So this we can say it is exclusive form. The upper limit of one class interval, it is going to be coincide with the lowest limit of the next class interval. So both it is coincide with each other. Then we can say this class interval is called as exclusive distribution. There is a continuation between the first interval and the second interval. In the first interval, the upper limit, it is going to be equal to the second limit lower interval. This distribution we used to call it as exclusive distribution. Now when you have inclusive distribution as inclusive distribution 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40. So this is the class interval of the inclusive form. Now in the given frequency, okay, whenever you are going to draw the OG graph, if the class interval, if it is in inclusive form, then you need to convert into the exclusive form to draw the curve. How to convert the inclusive form into the exclusive form? It is very simple. Just you have to subtract a 0.5, subtracting 0.5 for a lower limit. In the lower limit, just you have to subtract 0.5, add 0.5 for upper limit. Okay, now this is the class interval, right? So when you are going to subtract 0.5 here, you will get 0.5. So the first lower limit it is 0.5 and upper limit just you need to add 0.5, 10.5. In the second limit you have to subtract the lower limit by 0.5. From 11 if you subtract 0.5 you will get 10.5. So 10.5 to add upper limit 0.5 you will get 20.5. So this is how we need to find 20.5, 30.5, 30.5, 40.5. So this is the class interval after adjustment. Is it clear to all? So the given inclusive form, just you have to convert the exclusive form before you're going to start drawing the curve of OG graph. For OG graph, the given distribution, it should be always continuous. Now this, it is a discontinuous. This discontinuous we have converted into the continuous form by subtracting the lower limit as 0.5 and adding the upper limit by 0.5. Okay, got it? Now we are going to discuss class size. The difference between the actual lower limit and the actual upper limit of the class interval. For example, you have the class interval 0.5 to 10.5 and the second one is 10.5 to 20.5. If you want to know the class size of class interval, just you have to take the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. Class size difference, it is nothing but just you have to subtract the terms. So here the class size is equal to, this is that upper limit. So upper limit minus the lower limit, class size. So here the class size it is going to be 10. Same, upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit it is 20.5 minus lower limit is 10.5. Both if you subtract you will get 10. For the given class interval, if you want to find out class size, just you have to subtract the upper limit minus a lower limit, so that class size it is going to be equal for all the class intervals. So here in the first class interval it is 10 the class size, the second class interval the class size it is 10. For all the given class intervals, class size it is going to be same.